Discovery's Shark Week is back, and it's crunch time. The pop culture phenomenon returns with an amazing lineup of 20 brand new shows. On night one, Discovery is doing an event called Dancing with Sharks. That's people. Dancing with Sharks. It's something you must see to believe, but it doesn't stop there. From testing shark venom on a human to placing a camera inside a shark's mouth to a massive 500-pound chum drop from a helicopter. Discovery Shark Week is pushing the limits like never before, and is a week everyone will be talking about. Shark Week starts this Sunday, July 20th at 8 on Discovery.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This summer, try the new Strato Frappuccino blended beverage at Starbucks. It's the classic blended iced coffee you know and love, now topped with a creamy layer of handcrafted brown sugar cold foam. Available for a limited time. Your Strato Frappuccino is ready at Starbucks.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings,
Why are you listening to this show?
the podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Chris Cody, can you get me that Francesa sound, please? Because I wanted to talk a little bit about Superman and the movies with David Samson from Nothing Personal. Greg Cody yesterday had a blasphemous statement, I thought, on the movie Jaws, celebrating its 50th anniversary. Greg Cody, I thought, was the only person in the world who had this public take that was eviscerating Jaws as a movie, doesn't hold up, and just savaging it in every direction, when I'm pretty sure he couldn't mention and name an actor from Ocean's 11.
What is that got to do with Jaws?
Yeah.
The
Dean
non sequitur.
Dean Martin. I would have fed it to you, but I know you just would have been like, that's right.
That's a good point. But don't misquote me on Jaws. What I said was the Jaws, the shark itself, was very fake, and it doesn't hold up well. 50 years later, you look back on it, you almost laugh through the movie now because look at that. Look at what was scaring everybody 50 years ago. Come on.
I think that's fair. I think at the time, Jaws was amazing. It was trailblazing.
Yes.
But Dan, I mean, 50 years later, that thing does not hold up.
All right, put it on the poll. Does Jaws hold up at Le Batard Show? Also, I will just say again, as I did yesterday, that Steven Spielberg could have made exactly the same movie. And if indeed they'd gone with the title, What's That Gnawing on My Leg?, Spielberg would not have had a career after Jaws. It would have ended right there. David Samson is with us now, but Jeremy had a number of objections yesterday to you, Greg Cody, and I want to start this as a new segment or something just where somebody listens to the previous day's show that they were not on and comes with their critique of how poorly we covered something. Jeremy had objection to how it is that you were celebrating the Midsummer All-Star Game Classic.
We go into All-Star Week, and the two things that we spoke about in baseball were Greg complaining that a young phenom is going to get to pitch on a national stage, and then accusing the coolest story in Major League Baseball, now home run derby champion Cal Raleigh, of being on steroids. Because we can't enjoy anything.
Okay.
Nothing can be cool. Nothing can be exciting. Having joy around something in sports, we have to be jaded. We have to undercut it. And it sucks. It was so shitty that we had to just spend our baseball coverage on that. So what? We could celebrate Conor McGregor? I mean, really?
Okay, let me make a couple of comments real quick. I stand behind not allowing a guy who's pitched 5 career games.
Behind it or by it?
To be an instant all-star.
Behind it, he said.
I stand behind that.
Yeah.
I stand by it. I stand just in front of it.
Good.
I stand all around it. I'm a
Attaboy.
wall
You're
around
entrenched.
that.
Yes.
I'm a wall around
Yep.
that opinion.
Yep.
Okay. As for this guy, Cal Raleigh, I never said he was on steroids. I said that we have come to a point where with somebody comes out of nowhere and hits 38 home runs by the break, it would be natural to wonder, and that's a sad situation.
Which is why I ended up receiving multiple messages last night after celebrating the home run derby with "that guy's on roids." I've only been thinking about it since you guys brought it up today.
Okay.
All
So
right. He might be or he might not be.
No, he's not.
no, don't do that.
Okay,
Well, we don't
how
know
do
that,
you know,
certainly.
Jeremy?
Yeah, he might and he might not
Right.
be.
Because the... Okay.
I bet
That's
you
how we're
thought
gonna
in
celebrate sports?
1998, yeah,
He's
Mark
got you.
McGuire and Sammy Sosa were clean.
Do you know this is the first year, I think, since 1998 where there's 4 players with 30 homers or more at the All-Star break? Really cool for baseball, but, it's a shame.
You got to wonder.
Yeah,
Fool
another-
me
I think
once.
5 players.
Another quick thing about Cal Raleigh. We all love a great nickname, right? Even when it's a ridiculous one. Nothing extraordinary about his ass. Just nothing out of the ordinary. He has a
Really?
normal, for a man his size, for a man his height and weight, he has a very average derriere. Okay? I'm going to be the one to say it.
It's no Larry Fitzgerald. I'm with you. It's been overhyped.
Yeah,
When you hear Big Dumper, everyone's talking about it. Base broadcast zooming in on it. I did see it. I was a little underwhelmed.
It's an average bum.
His dad's was terrible. Terrible butt for the dad.
Yeah.
Almost non-existent.
All right, so David Samson's been waiting here for 4 minutes. He's perturbed. Go ahead, David. Do you have any commentary? Chris Cody hasn't been able to get off all his derby takes. Chris Cody came in here. I've rarely seen him this excited to talk about something that was on television the day before.
I have a lot to say on it. I don't like the. I thought ESPN. I did not see how many. I've never missed more home runs in a home run derby than last night. I don't know who was running their cameras. It was the worst job ever. It was still an enjoyable derby, though. We had a kid rob a home run. Cal Raleigh getting into the semifinal by less than an inch. If I'm Brent Rooker, I am like, this is bullshit. Yeah. He literally, because the way they do it is they all go the first round. The top 4 home runs make it through. There was a tie for 4th. 17 home runs each, and it's judged by the longest home run distance. Less than an inch was Cal Raleigh's furthest home run.
It's a game of inches.
That is just so hard to track. I want to see the replay of those 2 home runs.
Yeah,
David,
seriously.
talk to me. Like, I was furious on Brent Rooker's behalf.
I told part of a story on this morning's Nothing Personal about how we did it in 2017 and how you would just be absolutely shocked when we had Stanton and Bohr and Aaron Judge won that home run derby. Before the home run derby, we had gone into the outfield with the architect and we had assigned distances to different sections. So if a home run lands in left field, 5 rows up, it's 405. If it lands in right field, 10 rows up, it's 442. And if it's 11 rows up, it's 444. And so that we had a chart. And what you do is even during the regular season, you have a chart. And when someone hits a home run, you have the PR guy in the press box who looks at the chart and then gets on the microphone. You've all been in a press box. Home run number 18 by Dan Ugla, 422 feet. And everyone writes it down and says, all right, he hit one 422. We totally make it up. It's completely based on working with the architect on a general range of where the ball lands. Now, is it true in today's analytic world that they can measure a home run by the inch? I highly doubt it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
And imagine that. Imagine giving the benefit of the doubt by less than an inch to the wonderkind Cal Raleigh and wanting him to advance.
So now
Imagine
not
that.
only
What
questioning
a
whether or not
coincidence.
he's on performance-enhancing drugs, but whether or not the home run derby was rigged in his favor, because
Correct.
David, the guy who made up attendance numbers, says that he also made up how far home runs were hit when there is actual data behind all of it. I just love us being the
Jeremy,
questioning
we're
people.
not saying it's rigged. We're just saying it's ridiculous that they're trying to tell us that they know for a fact that one home run ball went less than an inch further than another. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, using the StatCast data is probably better than just making it up. But
The
I
rule
don't
should
know.
be if it's less than a foot, we do a hit off.
Yes.
Like, what are we doing here?
Jack
less
off.
than an inch?
Got to be a jack
Hey.
off.
All right.
What do you-
That too.
A hit off.
Swing off, they call it, don't
I
they?
didn't want to say a jack off.
It's a swing off, Dan. It's not a jag off.
Thank you. Swing off.
You're hitting jacks, yes or no?
Yes.
I
thought you said jag off.
A jack off.
Okay, hold on a second. This guy.
Thank you.
Jag-off would
guy.
be Trevor Lawrence or Mark
You
Brunell.
know what? Jesus, Samson, keep up, would you?
I mean, first one to come wins.
Look what you've done, Samson.
What happened?
Look, you lured out. Look, you lured out the subtlety of Stugotz. You guys didn't even notice this. It was a wonderful moment in the middle of all of that nonsense. All right, right in the middle of it. Stugotz, with you guys arguing about the stupidity of this measurement system, said, "It's a game of inches, Dano," and then whispered in my ear. That was a bleeping tight-ass window. I got that in. Like, I still got my
Chris took a breath.
I still got my fastball, baby. It's a game of inches, Dano. It is a game of inches, and conspiracy theorists unite. We will foul up wonderful stories. We will question a man's ass and say it is insufficient for us, that we don't believe he deserves his fun nickname.
Right. Live up to the nickname.
I have no conspiracy theory about this. I'm not saying anything was rigged. I'm just saying it's absurd that you're trying to tell me that was decided by less than an inch. It's ridiculous.
I have to believe that broadcast had some major issues because they put Ravitch and our friend Eduardo on field level, and they were blocked by players, so couldn't see. So what you hear is, oh, that one's deep, and then they would show it falling like in short right field. And so they weren't able to really see the ball. And then the cameras weren't proper, so
Terrible.
I couldn't see.
Yeah.
513 feet, I want to see it. I want to live with that for like 15 seconds. And instead, I don't even know what happened. No replay, no nothing, except some sort of funky thing which shows the ball hitting the bat. Don't care. I want to see how far it goes. I think that ESPN had some definite issues there. But that said, home run derbies are really hard for the players. They're super, super tired. And you got to compliment Junior Caminero. The ability to hit 8 home runs and to advance knowing that you only needed 8. Going second is the greatest advantage ever, but it didn't work in the final round. But generally, it's a huge advantage.
You guys were really excited about this thing.
It was great.
It was fun to watch.
It was long.
But I'm with, like, it was
very
frustrating and fun. I felt like I didn't see half the home runs. You were just seeing the ticker count up. It's like, didn't see that one, didn't see that one.
The pitches are too quick. By the time the ball lands, the guy's pitching again already.
Because there's a clock.
Yeah.
I mean, they changed the format again, but this one seemed to work better than the previous ones, and they got away from the bracket until the second rounds when they got back to the bracket, which was fine. I mean, it was okay. They're tinkering with it still. We're never going to see 28 in a round again like we did with Josh Hamilton, just because they keep changing the rules.
I was going to text Jeremy before the home run derby. Tonight, America gets to meet my beloved Junior Caminero.
Oh, that guy's good.
Well, but
What a swing.
discovered him.
eyebrows.
Well, but he.
Those eyebrows are fantastic.
They really are.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
I was discovering that guy last night.
I took a flyer on
Well,
him.
but so he came up to the big leagues early last year, and as soon as I saw him swing, I'm like, holy shit, he hits everything. Everything's a line drive. He's got a beautiful swing, and he's just starting his career.
In 2023, Julio
Did he
Rodriguez hit
also make the
41.
All-Star game after 4 games?
Somebody was
Caminero?
talking there. Do you not listen when other people here are talking? Billy was giving information there, and you just steamrolled him, so we didn't understand either one of you.
Yeah, I didn't know who started first. I thought I started first.
Let's try it again.
Did you not hear him? Were you not listening? Because you just kept talking. He was giving information, trying to run you off the road, and it didn't seem at any point like you knew Billy was talking.
Right. Yeah, when somebody tries to run me off the road, I put both hands on the wheel.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean,
Greg is that asshole that won't let anybody in.
You have
Like,
to.
if somebody's like got the blinker on, like, hey, I missed the I need to get in here, my dad will speed up to the car in front of him, like, no, you can't.
right.
You're doing it to someone else, not me.
I
not
apologize,
today.
Billy. I apologize.
It's okay.
And, you know, the working conditions in here, I'm sweating like a pig.
Very hot,
It's like
yeah.
1,000 degrees in here.
Well, it's because you're wearing that same shirt you wear every day, and it's a long sleeve shirt, and it's the middle of summer.
There's also the pandemic. He had the mask
yeah,
earlier.
I mean, it's
Bad
not,
arm
it's
week.
not just that's like a sauna bath in here.
You know, guys, it feels pretty good when you accomplish something you've dreamt of for a long time. I've been feeling really, really lucky to not just make it to 30, but to be doing all of the things I ever wanted to do, including working here on the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz. And when you think about it, the origins of this show were once just a dream for them. That dream turned into the show and business that you're listening to today. And starting your own business is a dream that lots of us share, but too many of us just let it remain a dream. Don't hold yourself back thinking, what if I don't have the skills? Or what if I can't do it alone? Those what ifs turn into why nots with Shopify by your side. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide, including 10% of all U.S. e-commerce. Whether you're Mattel or you're just getting started, Shopify's got your back. Not a web designer? Not a problem. Shopify has beautiful, ready-to-go templates. Need help with the details? Their AI tools can enhance product images, write descriptions, and even generate discount codes. Worried about finding customers? Shopify makes marketing easy with email and social media tools. And if I ever get stuck, Shopify's award-winning 24/7 support is always there. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Batard. Go to shopify.com/Batard. Shopify.com/Batard.
Hey everybody, it's Mike. Down here in South Florida, as the audience well knows, we've been celebrating a proper championship, and we've been enjoying every minute of it. And by my side throughout that entire championship celebration has been Miller Lite. Yeah, I wanted to make my championship time a Miller time because much like most of the fun memories I've had as an adult, Miller Lite has been right there by my side, supplementing every experience. And now that I'm about to travel during the summer, you can rest assured I'm going to be having plenty of Miller Lite along the way, because that's what summer's all about. And since 1975, Miller Lite has been right there in all those memories for you listening right now. It's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. That's 50 years of great taste, great friends, great moments. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Big news out of the Big Easy. UFC 318 is about to go down in New Orleans, and this card is absolutely stacked. We got Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway 3 as the headliner, and it's Dustin Poirier's last walk to the octagon, the final chapter with his legacy on the line. And you know DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC, is locked in with all the action, parlays, props, knockout odds, you name it. And if you're new listeners, bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly, just like that. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DAN, that's code DAN, for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Dan Le Batard.
Tatas.
Stugats.
Tatas.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
I want to give baseball credit because I was not going to watch the All-Star game, not even on a second or third screen today. But I did ask Jeremy a question, and he looked it up. And apparently, Major League Baseball is going back to players representing their teams by wearing their primary home and road uniforms. And that was always aesthetically pleasing. Yes. I stopped watching the Major League All-Star game when they just wore these uniforms that were cash grabs, that they wanted to sell these jerseys. I used to tune in and love to see the spectrum of colors and see all the different teams' uniforms on the field at the exact same time.
What's a Royal doing here?
Major League Baseball, credit to you. This is the right call.
I said earlier we were never going to see 28 home runs in a round again after Josh Hamilton in 2023. Julio Rodriguez hit 41 in a round.
That's what he was trying to say when you ran him off the road. But let's,
what was Greg saying?
Let's explore. Yes, let's explore both that and what your son is examining, which is you are the Miami driver that is the most stubborn of all of the history of Miami drivers.
He is road rage. Like, that man gets angry.
Petty. Well, he will be in his car. And if he has felt in any way like you are being an inconsiderate driver, he will stubbornly behave with his car the way he has for 70 years as a human. He
hasn't been driving for 70 years.
Thank you,
refusing to yield an inch. Thank you, an important correction.
Yeah.
54 years he's been driving stubbornly, and his car represents him. And you were saying what when you ran Billy off the road?
I can't even recall.
Oh,
it's fine. We move forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently it was a big deal because Le Batard keeps going back to it. Mm-hmm. But I'm a kind driver.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for adding nothing.
thought you were the one being penalized for adding nothing.
No.
You're the one who brought up that I interrupted Billy. That's adding nothing.
Right.
This is a travesty.
It's cooler in there, though, Greg.
Seriously, I'm going to come back wearing a towel.
Come back
sitting
shirtless.
on a rock. It's like a sauna.
That's fine. Come back shirtless, or go sauna. Go sauna in the sauna room shirtless. That'll be a good visual for us. My beloved Rays are going to sell for $1.7 billion. And your thoughts were what there, David? Because they are a remarkable major league run team that feels minor league in every way, even though they're smarter than just about anybody about how to teach people how to play correct baseball.
Yeah, I don't really look at them as minor league at all. They are the model franchise, and getting $1.7 billion for that, it's really on the come. And you're hoping that the owner doesn't run into a housing crisis because his money comes from home building, basically. But it's a great exit for Stu Sternberg. He very much wanted to relocate the team back to North New Jersey or somewhere in the Northeast, and baseball under Bud and Rob, they were just never going to allow it. He was never going to do the Montreal deal. He was never going to build in St. Petersburg, and the hurricane ended up being the perfect out, and he got a price that he and his investors wanted. And now it's an issue that baseball has to deal with because they have a new owner at a high cost basis, $1.7 billion, who is running a team who is going to be very much in favor of opportunities to win, therefore trying to eliminate the payroll disparities that exist between, say, the Dodgers and the Rays, and will become an issue in terms of the vote and a new collective bargaining agreement. So you're trading in one problem for another. Sometimes it's the devil you know. But that trade at 1.7, for me, it's a negative for baseball, not a positive. The Orioles went for 1.73. And what you're trying to do is be like the NBA or NFL, where your prices continue to go up into the multi-billions, and it just didn't happen.
Wait, so you think I've got this wrong on Tampa reputationally because of the lack of a stadium and because the previous stadium they had wasn't a major league stadium in any way? That Tampa reputationally, I know inside baseball, everyone knows how smart and major league they are.
I think they've done enough where no one is treating them or viewing them as a minor league franchise
So you
anymore.
don't think that reputationally Tampa selling for less than Baltimore is something that happens because Baltimore's major league and because Tampa's not?
No. A prospective owner does not do that, does not look at that. They're doing pro formas, and they're deciding how much money has to be put into a new ballpark in Tampa, and then they're trying to hit the bid that Stu wanted for him and his investors. So, no, it's not related to that at all. Listen, the Marlins sold for 1.2, and people viewed them as a minor league team, and at the time, that's 8 years ago, that was a large price. So I would tell you that it's a big deal for baseball as it relates to expansion. Getting a ballpark done in Tampa eliminates the Tampa issue. Hopefully the Vegas issue is done, so the A's are taken care of. And now you get to the business of getting to 32 teams, which is what baseball has wanted to do for 10 years, if not more. And the ability to get to 8 divisions of 4 teams, total realignment, to get money in owners' pockets in terms of expansion fees. Everything that Rob wanted and the owners wanted can happen, but this Rays transaction had to happen first.
What kind of driver are you?
So I used to have tremendous rage because of my general frustration tolerance issues. And it got cured when I got threatened, and I'm not a big guy, and I was at a light, and the guy didn't move fast enough. I want, when it turns green,
you go.
I want you to be on the gas.
You're revving.
I don't want there to be a pause. I don't want you to be looking at your phone or changing the channel. I want you going because I'm annoyed enough that I had the red light. So I leaned on the horn, and the driver didn't move. Then he got out of the car.
Oh, boy.
And that was it. That was the last time that I had road rage because I figured I was boxed in. There was a car behind me. There was no way out. If that guy had Kevin Costner and me and all of a sudden he had a gun, I was done. And my road rage got cured that day. I will never forget. I could pick that guy out of a lineup.
It literally scared the shit out of you.
I mean, no, not literally, because I didn't crap my pants. So no, incorrect, but it scared me straight. And basically, I now do not engage in road rage because the stakes seem way too high to me.
Did you offer him 2 free tickets to the Marlins game that night and say, "Do you know who I am"?
Do I love where your head's at? I did not do a Vince Namoli who got pulled over by the cops as owner of the race and said, do you know who I am? And they said, great, here's your ticket, jackass. So no, I never do that. When I'm pulled over, and I've gotten pulled over many times for speeding, I never pull a do you know who I am? I do it better. I give the license, and then they run the name, and then they come back with a, we know who you are. And so that's always more effective than you saying, do you know who I am? Excellent. It's better for you to respond when the person says, yes, I know who you are.
And then
great advice.
Double and triple the fine when they realize who you are.
Yep.
Oh, there's no question. I get a ticket every single time.
I can't believe that some of that hasn't rubbed off, that you can't get away with any of that anymore. You get pulled over these days, you're not going to get, I know who you are.
Yeah, but he pays for it with public money, so he's fine.
Well, there are lawyers around, and Miami has so many. God bless all of them. They take care of it. You pay them a couple shekels, and you get no points, no problem, no appearances, and you pay the money and move right along. Yeah. So that's always been fine for me with speeding tickets that I've gotten.
FakeHoward.com. Can we talk a little bit about the Phillies whimpering about the same thing that Greg Cody was whimpering about, that he does not want a Brewers phenom in the game with 5 pitching appearances when the Phillies have 2 pitchers who have been a great deal better than he has been?
I was just shocked to hear Greg talk, because what it meant is Greg didn't do the research. And Greg, you are the king of research and the best columnist in Miami next to Dave Hyde. Explain to me how you didn't know that Christopher Sanchez was asked to be an all-star and declined. Explain how you didn't know that Ranger Suarez was asked to be an all-star and declined.
Okay,
so it's not like they didn't have an opportunity and they whined and whimpered as though they were overlooked, and that's not at all what happened.
Okay, I didn't mention either of those Phillies pitchers in my argument. My argument stood on its own, which is that on principle and by common sense, a guy with 5 career games in the major leagues should not be arbitrarily appointed to an all-star team. Period.
What's the number, Greg? Is it Dontrell's 13? Is that good?
Yeah, because that for a pitcher, that's like half a season. This is 5 games. I think it's absurd. I think it's an insult to baseball history. David, who's the best player that you know of, or perhaps that played for you, who spent a whole career, a solid, good career, and never made an all-star team? That's the guy I'm thinking of who's been insulted by this.
There's a ton of great players. The first one that came to my mind, and I'd have to check it, but would be Juan Pierre.
There you go.
I don't know that he was ever named as an all-star, and he would have been an all-star for me several years in a row, in 3, 4, and 5. But I may be wrong. But someone can check that for me.
You're right,
just
David.
Not. So he deserved to be an all-star. There's no question about it. And to me, he was. But you're talking about the fact that there's 80 all-stars tonight. 80.
Which
That's
is ridiculous.
Like over 10% of the league are all-stars because of all these rules where if you pitch Sunday or if you just don't want to go to Atlanta, you still get an all-star. The Phillies paid the bonus to Sanchez like he was an all-star. Give me a break. So we're going to have 80 introductions, and my view is that it should be 26 guys. All of them should play. And when you're taken out of the game for a pinch hitter, you may remember this from 2017. If you've ever covered an all-star game, Greg, you go to the post-game clubhouse, they're all gone. They've gotten on their planes and bailed. My view is they should all be forced to stay the whole game, and they should be allowed to re-enter the game. So when Aaron Judge is pinch hit for tonight in the 4th inning and the 9th inning, I want to do the Stu Gotts golden at bat. Let him bat in the 9th inning against a great closer. It's an all-star game. It's an exhibition. I don't want to watch the scrubs. That's a bad way to say it. I don't want to watch the worst of the best at the end of the game. I'd rather have the best of the best at the end.
David, did you ever try to keep one of your players out of the All-Star game because that player would have made a bonus if he made the All-Star game?
No. So I loved paying the All-Star bonuses. We did it $25,000, some $50,000. With Pudge Rodriguez, we had a clause that if he were ever World Series MVP, he'd get $250,000. And to me, it was the best money you could ever spend because it adds to your bottom line because you get attention. The fact that Kyle Stowers is an all-star is really good for the Marlins, and the fact that he can use it in arbitration as a special accomplishment is worth probably 50 to 100 grand in your arbitration number when you've got special accomplishments before you're arbitration eligible. And I'm all in favor of that because I loved the attention of having Marlins players in the All-Star game.
After Zoomies at the dog park, it's time for Drive Up at Target. In goes a big bag of kibble and one squeaky chicken toy for the good boy. Drive Up that's ready when you are, only in the Target app. Just tap Target.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream house or ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS. Don Le Batard.
Punctuate this segment with what is your strike three call.
Well, strike one would be strike, and then you stand up and you give a good point to the right.
Stugats.
That's same for strike two. But strike three, you get down low. You got your hands behind the catcher. All right. The right arm goes up into the air. Yeah. And then you finish it with the punch. The right arm flings way up into the air. Yeah. Yeah. And you finish
I
with
wish
like a
I
karate
could see that.
kick.
It's terrible. The audio's
like,
great.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
Kirk Gibson was never selected as an All-Star. He was twice named as a reserve player in 1985 and 1988, but declined both invitations to spend the break with his family.
That's a good list. I'd like to, if you want to give, Greg Cody was fighting on behalf of a player whose name he could not remember.
Right.
He's just saying a fictional player that it is very purposeful cause of yours on behalf of players that you couldn't remember any examples of.
You okay?
Billy,
Travis Hafner never made an All-Star game.
That's a crazy one because he had a year where he led all of Major League Baseball in OPS plus. Like he finished top 5 in MVP voting. He finished top 8 in MVP voting. 24th the year before that. Not one All-Star game. That's pretty unbelievable to think about. He was an amazing hitter for a few years there.
He was strikeout or hit 50 home runs before it was popular.
Tim Salmon never made an All-Star game.
These are good lists.
Wow.
And the guy with 5 games gets in.
Wow.
A joke. Joke.
He's electric, Greg. You should watch him tonight.
Yeah,
You're going to have so much fun.
I should watch him for about another 20 games and see if he earns his way into an All-Star game.
He's going to pitch tonight, and he's going to blow a 103. That is my prediction. He'll throw the fastest pitch of any of the pitchers tonight, and I think you will see a 103 out of him tonight.
Okay, how about you call up a guy just before the All-Star game. The guy hits a home run in his first at-bat. He should be an All-Star, too. He was electric in that at-bat. We don't need to see him more than one at-bat. He's fine. 5 games, plenty.
You're doing apples to oranges, Greg. That's not exactly how it worked. His 5 starts have been staggeringly good, record-breaking. He actually went against some of the best pitchers, and the team, the Brewers, are 55-40, 1 game back at the Cubs, one of the best records in all of baseball. And what's wrong with promoting a story? Like Mark Fidrich. Of course you want to make him an all-star. Sid Finch, you want to make him an all-star because you want people who will be watched, and everyone but you, and believe me, you're not the demographic that baseball cares about. Right. People will be watching Mizorowski.
Okay, everybody but me and 1,000 other people. A million other people.
Breaking news, Stugats, I am willing to report exclusively midsummer here. Peter Schrager has got it. I am looking at him on camera. He just came out of Get Up, and he was leaning against his desk.
Oh, wow.
He was not just on camera. He was leaning against his desk. Peter Schrager, who's going to be a big part of all NFL coverage on ESPN, I am reporting exclusively, has got it.
The it factor?
That's the news that he's got it.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, yes. And Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper are still free agents.
Wait.
Cesar Tovar never made an all-star team.
Eric Chavez.
Greg Cody has called this all-star decision, okay, a joke, a disgrace, and, my favorite, criminal. A crime against baseball.
It is a crime against baseball. Okay, because is David still on? Or did he,
yes.
Where are you
still
looking?
Here, yeah. He's just looking around until he sees David.
Why'd you just look into the sky?
Okay, David.
He was hoping to see David.
David, you know this. There's a place for a guy who's pitched 5 games and has really impressed people. It's called the Futures Game. It was played Saturday, I believe.
That's a great point.
No.
Greg, you actually did very well there. I mean, that breaking news was tough to shake. You had to deal with the big
You transitioned out of it, yes.
What was that?
Peter Schrager has it.
Schrager has it.
Yeah, I can understand how it's disorienting.
Yeah, it really was. It was so ridiculous. Peter Schrager.
The Futures Game is for people with not one career at-bat or one career inning pitched. It's all minor leaguers, Greg.
Bend the rules.
This guy had
so bend the rules for that.
This guy had like 14 innings pitched, and we're like,
yes,
not that much.
It's ridiculous.
You want to get some eyeballs on the Future Game, though. Greg is right.
I feel like I'm transported to another time. LeBron to Miami and arguing about the All-Star Game.
In Greg's defense, if
it's a time machine.
The season ended today, he'd still be eligible for Rookie of the Year next year.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
There's a pitcher pitching tonight in the All-Star Game who's played 5 more games than I have. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
He's only made 1 more pitching appearance this season than Marlins rookie utility infielder Javier Sanoja.
There you go.
Criminal, Greg Cody has said.
Crime against baseball.
Jeremy, that is the most irrelevant stat
Of course
ever.
it is. Of course it is, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But it backed me up.
Baseball,
so I
baby.
appreciated it. Yeah.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for adding nothing.
I mean, you reported Schrager had it.
Delayed call.
Seriously.
It's a delayed call.
To me, that's a major penalty for Dan, because when we want to train people, when they hear that noise, that they need to pay attention, that something major is about to happen.
Right.
And then he drops a Schrager's got it. And now when people hear the noise going forward, they're going to assume it's just a joke.
Yep. Good point, David.
David, the Red Sox have won 10 straight, and they traded away Rafael Devers. And I'm wondering, is that like the best feeling for like a GM to trade away a guy, the fan base gets really mad at you, and your team is better without said guy? How good does that feel?
It's the dream. We root for everyone we trade away to stink. We want them to get hurt. We want them to be bad. It's like when you sell a stock and pretend you don't look at what the stock does after you sell it. Of course, everybody looks. We just say we don't. And that's what I said for all those years. But I always looked at people we traded. I didn't feel happy. I love Miguel Cabrera, but when he won the Triple Crown, I was like, are you kidding me? It's like a pile-on. Of course, you then congratulate him and you're happy for him. But no, you definitely want Devers to be bad. You want the Giants to finish behind the Diamondbacks, and you want to catch the Yankees, because then you get to do a big fat I told you so off the record to all the journalists and all the fans. And to me, that is major, the ability to do I told you so. I used to love that.
Whose downfall were you happiest for?
Yeah.
Al Leiter.
Wow. Likable Al Leiter.
Yeah, when his first game after we released him, he pitched a great game on Sunday Night Baseball.
And that hurt,
game.
right? And that hurt.
Oh,
you.
my God. I was despondent, but then he stunk.
Wait, so can you put us there? As Leiter is stinking it up, you're watching these games. What are you doing, David?
I'm waiting for the owner to call and waiting for him to be angry that we made a decision to move on from him. And all of a sudden he's performing for one of the New York teams and on Sunday Night Baseball, which back then meant something. And the Marlins could never get on Sunday Night Baseball and yada, yada, yada. You're eating crow thinking, wait a minute, did we designate the wrong guy? You really want confirmation bias for all your personnel decisions. And you only get that through bad performance. And so you wait for the bad performance, and that's when you pounce with the owner and you say, look, we did the right thing. And so what I would do, back then there were clippings. It was really before people were using the internet too much. But we would do actual clip packages every day. And what I would do is I would highlight the articles that were game recaps from players we had traded or designated who had bad games for their team. And I would do the box score or do the line of the game story to make sure the owner saw.
Nothing personal, though.
David, when you famously bilked taxpayers and got a stadium built, you got an all-star game. I'm wondering if any memories pop up there, good and bad, with when you guys hosted the all-star game.
Boy, that was fun. The home run derby was so much fun. I will tell you that I was upset about the bracket situation. I tried to not have brackets back then in 17 because the way the brackets were shaking out, I thought Justin Bohr would have a problem, and he did. And he should have advanced because he was that good. And in today's game, he would have advanced. I wanted Stanton to defend his title and win back-to-back derbies. Having Judge win was disappointing, but exciting for fans, no doubt, as he won the home run derby at Marlins Park. It was phenomenal dealing with the Players Union and the Commissioner's Office when Aaron Judge hit the roof with the BP home run derby practice, and we had never had a ball hit the roof before. So I remember that clear as day. But I also remember that I was very worried about my son, who was on the field shagging, because it's all connections. And I was worried that he was going to get doinked. And then you watch, like last night, when the kid does a home run robbery, which I think should have been an out, by the way.
Yes.
If you catch the ball, it's not a home run.
Correct.
But the umpire ruled it a home run, which I think is wrong. I think that kid should be lauded. That's what they're there for, to try to rob home runs.
What?
It's like the dream.
What are you talking about?
100%.
That's what they're there for.
All those kids are there to catch home run balls. Look at the catch that this kid made. He is over the wall. This is a major league catch.
That's a baby wall, though.
Wall's
Come on.
like 5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. It's more than 5 feet tall. There's no walls below 5 feet. But that said, it's a great catch. And for you to deny it all you want. But that's not a home run. Under all scenarios, that's not a home run. And I remember clear as day.
Not all scenarios, because it was a home run.
Well, the
the kid
scenario
caught it.
last night.
Right.
The scenario last night made it a home run. But I had a big discussion with my wife at the time about having my son on the field because I thought it would be really cool for him. He was 14 years old. But I've been out there when fly balls are hit. And let me tell you, I don't know, Dan, if you've ever asked your staff this. Wink, wink, I know you have. None of you could catch a fly ball.
Yeah,
Not one of
we
you.
did this a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Mike Ryan thinks he could catch one barehanded.
Zero chance.
David,
He thinks
David,
Zero.
I could get 85 out of 100.
David,
Zero chance.
how much you want to bet, David?
I will go to a major, if we can get this done, we'll go to a major league batting practice. You stand there and shag, or, I mean, during a game would be insane when you see a ball hit you during a game.
That wouldn't be allowed,
Not during
probably.
a game, David.
But during BP, I do not think you would catch a line
Can we stop talking
drive.
about it and just do it, okay? Because I'm so tired. You guys as a show, okay? This is. And I'm still waiting for Stugatz's penalty kicks against an MLS goalie. Like, either do this or don't, but stop talking about it.
You should be able, Billy, to call on the Marlins and to do a whole thing where they let you into Marlins Park and they let you, during a BP session, go into the outfield and you stand there and try to catch any of the balls, no matter whether you played college ball or not. It's really hard to do.
What is the movie you're reviewing for us this week?
I'm taking a chance here, and it's okay if you guys are going to be upset. I watched the Barbara Walters documentary, and it's on Hulu, and it's called Tell Me Everything. And Barbara Walters is quite a story. I only knew her as the person who made people cry when she was interviewing stars and politicians, etc. I didn't realize what she went through prior to becoming the Barbara Walters I knew. I didn't realize the misogyny of the news people like Peter Jennings and others, rest in peace, who were just mean to her because she was a woman news person, and she was incredible. And so this documentary goes through her entire story, and I love her because she chose work over family, and I dig it. That is the right decision to make, to choose work over family, and she did it.
David, we're laughing at something you said there. Just to be clear, you weren't aware that old-timey newsmen were misogynistic?
I knew they were smoking on set, but it didn't occur to me that they were that way, that they would be that way.
I mean, it's quite frankly the archetype.
It's also weird to say big-time misogynist, rest in peace.
Yeah, that too. You did that one too. You managed to do both of those.
You're welcome. It happens to be a great documentary, and her daughter is on it. And her daughter acknowledges, my mom was just never around. She was the working person. She was never good at marriage. She was never good at mothering. She was only good at working. And it was quite relatable to me. And so I appreciated what she had accomplished, and I just learned a lot. So if you're looking to learn about someone, Barbara Walters, tell me everything. It's worth your time.
Do they get into the relationship with Roy Cohn?
Yes, they do. That's a big one because, of course, a relationship with Roy Cohn is sort of bizarre. If people don't know that name, then you're not watching enough movies. Roy Cohn is one of the most recognizable legal names of the past century. I mean, along with the O.J. Simpson lawyers, Johnny Cochran and Kardashians and Barry Scheck.
How long is this list going to be? See you later, David. Good talking to you. A very important, prominent attorney, except for all these others who need to be more prominent in my memory list that I will keep and will haunt me the rest of the week. Good talking to you. See you later.
Hey everybody, it's Mike. Down here in South Florida, as the audience well knows, we've been celebrating a proper championship, and we've been enjoying every minute of it. And by my side throughout that entire championship celebration has been Miller Lite. Yeah, I wanted to make my championship time a Miller time because, much like most of the fun memories I've had as an adult, Miller Lite has been right there by my side, supplementing every experience. And now that I'm about to travel during the summer, you can rest assured I'm going to be having plenty of Miller Lite along the way, because that's what summer's all about. And since 1975, Miller Lite has been right there in all those memories for you listening right now. It's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. That's 50 years of great taste, great friends, great moments. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.